Good.
So are we sort of artificially creating a head drop and a relaxed body position with the target?
We're beginning to get him to teach him to lower his head. So as he lowers his head, we say, yes, we like lowering the head. So hopefully he starts thinking about lowering his head on his own.
Even before the target?
Yes. So as he starts getting the idea, he's like, yes. And Tik, what you can also do, as he starts getting the idea, take the going towards it, not even the touching it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as he comes in and starts to anticipate the lower, click him for the actual lowering. Yes. And see, that's perfect because it's more, it's even before it, but you start saying as he starts thinking about it, that's what I like, that's what I like. So he can get a little better about anticipating that. And we can't, if it doesn't happen, we can't reinforce it. So now as we're creating, good.
She's offering the walk and the head lower at the same time, so I'm just wondering whether to go with it or
I
not.
would, you know what? I would go with the walk a little bit and see if you can't get him to lower his head just at the walk.
Okay.
So sometimes whatever we can do to set him up for success. So he
Yeah.
wasn't offering it at the walk really before, but
Yeah.
now he
Now he
is.
is, yeah.
So I think it's a great thing to say that that's okay, then that's where we're going to go with that.
Okay.
And frankly, he could use a little bit lower cone for him,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
he's a big guy. But that's okay. For now, it gives him to do it a little bit, and it has him looking down and lowering his head a little bit.
Now, Shawna, would this go faster had you done that, keeping his head low work on the ground first?
Well, I mean, there's,
Before he's on his
like
own?
I said, there's many roads to Rome.
Yeah.
So doing it from the ground would actually maybe be a little bit slower because we have other components to work on till I have duration and the going and all those pieces. So, but it would probably translate quicker to the under saddle.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. So, and like I said, but you have our horses being ridden and doing it. Like there was an off the track thoroughbred that I was riding. It was all like this, and I would just ride, and I wouldn't even I just walk. And whenever I found soften, I'd relax and soften, I'd relax. So pretty soon he's going like this of his own. I didn't make it happen. I let it happen.
Yeah.
And then I just marked it and said, well, that's what I want, until he started going like that all the time. And then you could work on the transitions being softer and not, kind of, because at first then the transition would turn to something else. So I really just let it happen and caught the moments and reinforced it. So there's different ways you can go about it.
Yeah.
So you can do it from the reverse round pen. You can do it from under saddle. And even see now, he seems like he's even walking with his head lower than he was earlier.
Yeah.
Nice. And what I like that you're doing, Tik, is you're going by the cones too.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be where it is like every single time. I want to hopefully create the behavior. I want him to anticipate as I get nearer a cone.
Yeah.
I might want to lower my head now. And then we go perfect. And we can actually start to fade the cones quicker when we can ride by them and he gets the concept. It really, the reminder is the target is to create behavior, not to be a crutch in the whole process. So I think that that's really important. And you're doing fabulous. And he is too. Good. And I like that bridge. I would have taken that too, just because he's like, I'm in it, I'm doing it, I'm playing the game. And you know what you do that I've never really seen anyone do? You just beat on the fly. So there. Good. And see, that to me looks like he's starting just to lower his head
A
more.
little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, just as he's walking along, he's kind of going down. And a lot of times it starts as a little bit of a bobbing it down a little bit, like they try it and then they come back up. But he's going there, and that's the beginning of it as they kind of start to think. They start to think. and see if he'll go to the target. Maybe not. Or see if he'll go past it. And there we go, and just look for him to kind of, very good. And that's that situation when you can feel when that horse softens again.
Yeah.
And that's what I love when you just go, okay, just settle down a little bit. And bring yourself back down, and him learning to self-regulate and to kind of go, whoa, okay, I was startled for a minute, but now I'm back to it.
Yeah.
Nice. And the food goes a long way towards building relaxation under saddle, period. So it helps overall, which then makes it easier to find the pieces we're looking for and the softening in those pieces.
Yeah.
See, and this is a thing where it would be good to have like 6 cones.
Yeah.
Some you go by, some you
Yeah.
go to, and if they're even a little bit lower, where he's seeking them a little bit lower, would probably help him to have his head lower for different pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I also love about you, Tik? You use your reinforcement. You do, and I think it's really important. The more we reinforce, the faster we're to that classic conditioning.
Yeah.
So I love that you're like, I'm feeding, that was good, I'm feeding that, and I'm feeding that. And you know, it's very clear you feel and know what you're looking for
Yeah.
with him. And that's the perfect thing, because I don't know the horses. I don't know what is this horse's predisposition,
Yeah.
or what, you know, I feel like would make him a better horse, because there's a lot of feel in that for me.
Yeah.
And you do. You're up there, you know him. You've worked with him and his owner. And that's perfect.
And try a little trot, and then
Okay.
maybe see if we can find a good quitting spot if we can get.
I
get
think
the
that
trot.
sounds great. That was good though. He's like, there's all these targets over here. Yeah.
It's a jumping horse. So.
Very good. I think that was excellent.
Yeah.
Because he was actually bringing it down before us stopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, here it is, but he was still trotting, which
Yeah.
is really what we're looking for. So I think that's a perfect stopping place. Well done. You guys have questions? Bueller? Anyone?
It's nice to see a professional enjoying his job.
Yes. And you are smiled and happy, and
Fun,
it's
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
it's really good to see. That was lovely. And it translates. The horses feel it, the horses know it.
Yeah.
Gotta use the rest of the treats.
This is his jackpot, one by one.
Yep.